Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Welcome back to another video. My name is William Leonard and this is my 1950 Chevy Styleline Deluxe Sports Coupe. It's been sitting here for the past 2 weeks and I haven't started the car in that time. I'm gonna go ahead and uncover it so that you guys can see it, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it. So don't exit the video because I know you guys are gonna like it a lot. Alright, and here you have it, my 1950 Chevy Styleline Deluxe Sports Coupe. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the history of this car for those of you guys that are new to the channel or first time watching this video. I have this car for the past 3 months. I bought it when I had my first daughter 3 months ago, and I found it in North Carolina. As you guys can see, it still has a North Carolina front tag. Now, I live in Miami, Florida, and when I went to get the tag at the tag agency, they told me that I couldn't keep the original tag from North Carolina, so I had to put this ugly blue Florida tag that we have here in Miami. The reason why I couldn't use the original tag is because they said that the car was an out-of-state car, and for that reason I needed to have a Florida tag, but that I could keep the original one in the front. The car has 47,000 miles, and since I got it, I haven't been able to do much to it. Not because I don't have the time, simply because the car honestly was a great purchase and there's not much that I had to do to it. I'm gonna go around and tell you guys a little bit of some of the things that I've done to the car since I bought it, but the list is not long enough. As you guys can see, it's got the white wall tires, a question that I get a lot in the comment section down below, and also all over my social media, YouTube, Instagram, is what size wheels and tires I have on it. As you guys can see, the car is all original, stock height. One thing that I'm planning on doing is lowering the car about 3 inches, but for now I have 15 inches American Classics, and the exact measurement are 7.10 R15. 710 R15. There you have it. These are tubeless, so they don't have the tube inside. Before I move on to tell you the things that I have done to it since I got it, the reason why I'm doing this video today is because I'll be installing these headlight bezels that were given to me by a friend of mine. Some of you guys are not a huge fan of them. I was not at some point, but lately I have been seeing a lot of cars online with this headlight bezels, and to be honest with you guys, they look really good. In order to put them, I'm going to have to remove the headlight. They have different types of headlight bezels. This one is among the biggest one or longest they have, and they are slanted forward. So I decided to put this Mexican blanket as a seat cover, because this is something that it's very common in LA, and even though I'm not from LA, I really like the car culture that you guys have over there. Interior is very nice. There's nothing wrong with the seat. All original interior, as you guys see. Door panels look good. One thing that I did recently is a floor mats. As you guys can see, they're black and they come in a light gray color to match the interior. I did it myself. It was not hard at all. I made a how-to video that I will be linking on the top right corner of this video, so click there after you're done watching this one so that you guys can see the how-to video that I made. There's no water stain in the roof at all. Some things don't work. The speedometer, as you guys can see, is stuck on 43 miles per hour. Sometimes it works, and once it gets to 40, it gets stuck. Sometimes it doesn't work, and it just stays like that, like now. Temperature works. My gas gauge doesn't work, so I never know how much gas I have. So every time that I go somewhere, I need to make sure to stop at a gas station and fill up. Oil pressure does work, as well as my battery. Now, the car was converted to 12 volts. The radio doesn't work. It's just there to look pretty. This is a ashtray. As you guys know, back in the 1950s, it was very common for people to smoke inside the cars. So if you were smoking, you will get your cigar and put the ashes inside the ashtray, instead of throwing your cigar or the ash through the window. Here's the glove compartment. It's very small, as you guys can see. Something that I need to fix is the lock, because sometimes when I'm driving, it opens up and I have to close it again. As you guys can see, just by pulling it, it opens up. This lock costs around $7 online. I just haven't had the time to do it, but it's something that I'm planning on fixing. It does have a heater. I don't know if it works or no, to be honest with you guys. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I live in Miami, and we don't need a heater down here, you know, so it's only cold for a couple weeks, not even a month. So fixing it is not a smart investment. This one, as you guys can see, is stick shift, is 3 on the 3 on the column. And I've also done a video teaching you guys how to drive stick shift cars. I will also be linking that video here so that you guys can take a look at it if you want to. The back seat, as you guys can see, it's very well taken care of. Oh, another thing that doesn't work is the clock. It's been stuck there. So here we have the original 216 90 horsepower engine. Like I mentioned, the car has 46,000 miles. I bought it with 45,000 miles, and I have been having a lot of fun with it. Recently I had to convert it to 12 volts because it was giving me a lot of problems. Every time that I would start it up in the morning, it wouldn't start. I had to jump it. It would leave me stranded in the middle of the road. If I was to go somewhere at night, the headlights weren't strong enough. So I took it to a mechanic and we converted it to 12 volts. As you see, instead of a generator, it now has an alternator. The engine in this car is pretty reliable. The only thing you got to worry about is for them to have water inside the radiator, which is something that you want to do every time before you start it up. And you also want to make sure to have oil in the engine, otherwise they will blow up on the spot in a heartbeat. Recently I had to change the points in the distributor. The reason why I did that is because since the car has been converted to 12 volts, it burned the 6 volts point too quickly. Now there's a solution to that, which eventually I will be doing, and I will also be making a video on how to replace the points inside the distributor. This that you guys see here on top of the battery, it's a kill switch. Every time that I leave the car parked for a long time, I disconnect the battery so that the battery doesn't drain out. Now keep in mind that it's cold. It's really cold right now. So these cars, when it's cold, they're not the best car to be driving around because they don't like the cold weather. The first thing we're gonna do is pump it a couple times to get gas to the what's it called, to the carburetor. We open the key, and now these cars, if you guys don't know, back in the 1950s they came with push start buttons. right, it doesn't want to start. Okay, it was about to. Almost. Come on, boy. There you go. So, as you guys know, in this car, you have the choke and you have the throttle, which is this button is right here. I don't like to play with those, so I don't touch them. So what I do every time that I start the car and it's cold, I make sure to give it gas until the car is a little warm, so that it doesn't turn off. In order to install the headlights bezel, I need to remove the headlight assembly. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one just so that I can learn how it's done, and then I'll teach you guys how to do it step by step on the other side. All right, one of the things that I was scheduled to do on the car was aligning the headlights or repositioning them, because the guy that did the 12-volt conversion, when he put in the new headlights, he never adjusted them, so they were pointing up. The one on the left, I already fixed it. That's why you see it that it's pointing down more than the other one. The first thing that I did was remove this chrome ring that goes around the headlight of the car. And in order to do that, you have to remove a screw that goes here. Let me turn off the car. Now, every time you do something on these cars, make sure you take your time. Remember, these cars are 70 years old, and you don't want to be rushing into it and breaking something. See what I mean? It's always good if you take photos or videos of how it used to be before. And as you guys see on the video, I was having a little bit of technical difficulties putting the eyelids on the headlights. That's because I was doing it wrong. So I'm gonna tell you now how the process works. That way, if you find yourself in the same situation, you don't go through what I went through. Here, you do have to take off the chrome headlight molding, and you have to loosen up your chrome ring around the headlights and sit the eyelid inside that chrome ring that holds the actual headlight. The part that bends on the eyelid will be tight in between the chrome ring that holds the headlight. You may have to loosen all 3 bolts to make it fit, but it will definitely look amazing. And well, guys, I give up. Comment down below if you know how to install the headlights bezel on the 1950 Chevy Styleline or Fleetline. I really wanted to have this on because they look really good, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that today. So I'll be awaiting for you guys' responses, advices, and help. Thank you so much, and like always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Generation Old School.